How's it going, everybody? Kekai Matsumoto here, presenting to you all the part 2 of the tutorial of the SaberCore 3.0 electronic system by SaberForge. This time around, what I'm going to be doing is showing everybody how to go ahead and install their own custom fonts onto the soundboard. Now, before I get into this, for question of the video, what are your thoughts on the custom font system that they have offering? Do you think it's a little too tedious? Do you like the idea, or are you just indifferent to it and would rather just leave it with stock sounds? So, before you decide to download any of your custom fonts on here, you're going to want to open your browser and you're going to want to go to one of the lightsaber sound font websites. I personally like SaberFont, and according to Shameem, the guy who made the sound fonts that the SaberCore 3.0 system currently uses, you're going to want to look for the sound fonts that are optimized for NEC. That's Nigon Electronic Creation soundboards. And I already went ahead and downloaded a font called Ezra. Now, when you download a sound font, it's going to be downloaded in a zip file. So you're going to open it, you're going to extract it to wherever you want, the entire thing. That's your desktop, your downloads folder, documents, etc. I personally chose it to leave it at the desktop for display purposes and whatnot. So you're going to open that up, and right off the bat, you're going to see the file names. These are all the different files you're going to have on here. Your Blaster, BLST, 01, 02, 03, Clash, CLSH, same deal. Font. This is your startup sound. Like, for example, when you're selecting a sound font, this is the noise that you're going to hear. You can, if you're not satisfied with the ones that they have, you can create your own sounds in Audacity, or at least that's the one I like to use. So, if you're going to be doing that, there's a couple of things that you need to remember. Make sure your project rate in Hertz is going to be at 22050. 22,050 for the project rate, and it needs to be in mono. Otherwise, it's not going to be compatible with the hilt and you're going to get stuck. So, that's just a quick note on that. So I'm going to move this off to the side, and I'm going to click on, where was it? I'm just going to do this. Sorry. So anyways, my hilt is already plugged in, or rather the Archon. So again, font 1 is Ezra, font 2 is Darkside Relic, and font 3 is Ranger's Blade. Jordan told me that he likes Cyber Assassin and Ranger's Blade best, but I inadvertently already swapped out Cyber Assassin with Ezra. So since he doesn't like Darkside Relic as much, I'm going to be putting Cyber Assassin back on here. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to open up these little drop-down menus. Now, what you should notice right off the bat is the file names are different. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tedious. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go in here and rename each individual file so that it matches everything in here. So the swings, all the swings where it says SWNG01, you're just going to rename that swing. SWNG02, swing 2, SWNG3, swing 3, etc., and all the way down the line. And the same goes with the clashes. You're going to need to rename CLSH01, CLSH02, CLSH03 as Clash, Clash 2, Clash 3, etc. Now, the slash sound effects, the SLSH01, SLSH02, SLSH03, those are going to be your spins. So just rename those to spin, spin 2, spin 3, and spin 4, etc. Your power on, power off, those are your in and out sound files. So where are they? So out is your power on. Just select which one you want, and then just which is your favorite, and just stick it on the soundboard. And your in is your power off, your retraction. Hum, pretty much self-explanatory. Just rename that to, instead of hum 1, just delete the numbers. For your auxiliary, that's your blaster. So rename your fonts from BLST01, BLST02, 03, 04 to Blaster, Blaster 2, Blaster 3, and Blaster 4. So for miscellaneous, confirm, force, and force 2. These ones you can either leave as is or pull from an existing SaberCore 3 font, or you can create your own in Audacity like I said before. Just make sure that the settings are exactly as I stated here. Project rate in Hertz 22050 and mono. So lockup and startup you can access from here. Your lockup file, where did it go? Oh, that's lock01. So just rename that to lockup, one word. And for your startup, that's your font file. So there are a couple of ones on here. Just rename that to startup, and whichever one you like the best, that's which one you stick in there. Or, like I said, you can just create your own in Audacity. That's what I did with the Ezra sound font, as all the other sound fonts use the actual spoken name of it, so I decided to alter it a little bit, since the only one that was remotely close to it was Ezra's spoken lines in Rebels or the Star Wars Rebels theme. So, once you finish doing that, I'm going to close this real quick. It's going to look something along the lines of this. Wait, sorry. Now notice the font names match. So swing, all the swings are alike. They match the files over here. The clashes are all the same, as you can see, etc. So nothing has changed. So here's how you swap them out. Now I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to use the Cyber Assassin font, but this is just for reference. So what you want to do, if you do this, you're going to need to go into your menu settings. You're going to click on each individual sound, and you're going to hit delete file. Delete, 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 and go all the way down the list. And once you run out, it'll automatically swap back in here. Delete all of these. Okay, so I luckily managed to save a copy of Cyber Assassin onto my desktop before I decided to alter these. I think it's font 1. Let me play this real quick. Yep, font 0. So now that I got that out of the way, move this over here, expand this, and this is how I start doing these. So in case you forget, you can always toggle back and forth for reference. Spin here. So you can select all 4 of these. Spin. Yep. They'll reset themselves after a while, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, stop it. Over here. Power on and power off. Clashes. Auxiliary is blaster. Swing. All of these. Just drag and drop the whole thing. In case you're wondering, for those who are kind of new to the computer thing, in order for me to select the whole group, I click on one, I hold down the shift key, and I select any number of these, and then I just click and hold and drag and drop it over there. So miscellaneous, that is force. That is also, sheesh, my mouse is a little too sensitive. Lockup. That is, stop it. That is confirmed. Sorry, my mouse is acting so funny. And startup. And in case you're a bit confused at that, you can always go back and forth between the menus to see if that is the case. Yep, auxiliary blaster, 1, 2, 3, 4. Auxiliary. Except that one needs to be renamed. Hang on. Delete file. Even with this, it's not perfect. Okay. There we go. Font 2. That refreshes it. There we go. Hum, power on, power off. I'm not sure if... Actually, I'm just going to delete this just to be safe. Sheesh, my mouse. Okay. Flashes are all set and done. Okay, I think we're good. So, once that happens, what you're going to want to do first, click Save All Sounds. And once you do that, hit Burn to Chip. Burn to Chip, this is what the SaberCore 3.0 program will recognize as it's going to delete the old sound fonts that was in the font number 2 bank, and it's going to replace it with the new ones we just loaded. So I'm just going to click Burn to Chip. Notice how it says erasing. So Darkside Relic right now is being erased completely, and it's going to be replaced with Cyber Assassin. Okay, and once it's done, just as a safety measure, I'm going to click Save All Sounds again, and I'm going to exit out. And now to see if this actually works. Press and hold.
Ranger's Blade. Ezra.
Yep, it's all loaded. Everything works. And that's how you do it. And everything works as intended. And that's how you change out the sound fonts and reinstall the new ones. Or what am I saying? Reinstall. Install the new ones. Outtake. So anyways, that wraps it up for my tutorial, my complete tutorial on the SaberCore 3.0 system. I hope this answers any and all questions you may have. And if not, feel free to shoot me a comment down below as per usual. So, as always, have a good day or evening, depending on what time zone you're in. Stay safe. Good night, everybody.